What's going on, everyone? Today is October 18th. It is Wednesday. It is your midweek review. A couple things to note. Tomorrow, October 19th, there is 8:30 unemployment claims, and Powell is speaking at noon. So that's something to keep in the back of your mind with regards to looking at that lunch hour, power hour, whatever you want to, or not power hour, but just that lunch hour macro might be where you want to kind of start to study and look going into tomorrow. Other than that, I don't really have any announcements on my end before we get into the charts. Henry, if you have any announcements, actually, never mind, I'll take that back. If you guys haven't already, download the app Wix or Spaces by Wix, and you can actually access the app version of firsthand trading. It allows you to use the social, it allows you to use the messaging, and have access to looking what's in the forum. I actually use it whenever I'm on my phone. I find it very useful. It's nice. It's a lot more accessible. Even though the mobile part of the website is fine, it's just obviously nicer. We're in the day and age where having something in an app version is nice. So if you don't have, if for whatever reason you don't know how to, do that or join, whatever the case is. Usually all you have to do is when you download the app and log in, it'll pick up your email and it'll automatically kind of throw you in there. But if for whatever reason you're having trouble, just reach out to myself or Henry, and we can help you. If there's anything else, Henry, you got anything?
Yeah, we've got a invite link for joining firsthand trading on the Spaces by Wix app. That's been shared on our Twitter at FH Trading Group, and also on Firsthand Social on the website at firsthandtrading.com. So check it out there and go download that. Cool.
All right. Well, then we'll go ahead and get into it. Before I get into the actual trading view part of the charts, I want to talk about my analysis that I posted on Monday with DXY. I'm giving you guys both bullish and bearish perspectives, but I'm also telling you what I'm predominantly on. So if you go and you read right here, obviously I said I am bullish on DXY. You go into Firsthand Social and you scroll down. I told you guys over here, right? I gave you guys my weekly and daily analysis, both bearish and bullish narratives for each time frame, and kind of giving you. I think that allows you guys to be open-minded as to what I could see playing on both ends, because I always kind of can see maybe both scenarios playing out, but I'm always going to predominantly weigh on one side, and then. Obviously, I said I'm still bullish. So obviously bullish, right? When you're reading that and you see me post bullish and bearish, know that I'm leaning against that bullish side that I'm posting. And even you guys were there too. I know that you didn't mean to click bearish, but everyone for the most part looked like they were bullish, looking for higher prices on dollar going into the week. So then when you go into the forum, you go into trade ideas, and you come down to this DXY weekly analysis. That's bullish. That's really the one that I was kind of paying attention towards. So we had obviously this right here, keeping the idea on this low, holding, and then basically I took the consequent encroachment of this wick right here, and then I took the consequent or equilibrium of this low to this high, and that's where you get this. And I'm kind of looking for price to either just go higher off this equilibrium and or maybe deep down a little bit into this bit C, and then the consequent encroachment of the wick. So those were like the two bullish scenarios, and obviously taking buy side here and here. So knowing that, if I go ahead and jump to trading view, kind of the same idea here. With regards to buy side, it's right there. You can see price actually did deliver into the equilibrium of this high to this low. And then we're pushing away from it, right? We didn't quite dig into that second scenario that I talked about, but we're still just kind of staying heavy-handed. Only thing that I would note with regards to going into buy side is the equilibrium of this wick right here, right? So once we get into this area, oops. second. All right, so once we get into this area, right, that's where you're going to want price to start to invert and go higher, right? So now I would like price to kind of use that as support and deliver into there, right? That's something, unless it just obviously keeps going, right? I would like to see now if we can hold this low right here also. Might not, but overall, that's kind of the theory that I'm using, right? Utilizing the equilibrium of this wick, thinking that if we do get back over it, can we start to use it as inversion and go higher? Taking just this high to this low, getting the equilibrium there. You can see we're already closing above that, getting the equilibrium from here, this low to this high, seeing how we're responding there too. And it doesn't look like we're wanting to do anything with the equilibrium of the consequent encroachment of this wick right here. So something that I'll kind of just remove for now unless we decide to trade back into there. So that obviously that's on a weekly perspective, something that I'm looking for. Into the daily, right? Same thing here. Obviously that'll identify a turn right here, trading above this high, coming back down, using it as inversion, going higher, maybe using this as a down close order block. We didn't quite close out of it today, but it looks like it's really going in. If I also look here, right, we had a BISI right in there, right? I'll make this a little bit darker for you. Right? Look at the closure, right? Look at that closure so far, right? Price is staying above the consequent encroachment of this BISI. And now obviously closing outside or trying to almost close outside of this down closure, right? And then you could use that as an order block as we go higher. But really that's my take right now. I really do prefer buy side. And I'm just looking at this low, right? I'm still bullish until we really trade through this low, then I'll reconfigure. But overall, right, we've already taken sell side here. So opposing liquidity has already been taken. You could use this as an order block. Prices dig down into there, and we're going higher. So that's really what I see for the rest of the week. If you guys have any questions, obviously feel free to shoot out to me with regards to dollar. But other than that, that's it for me.
All right. Jump into ES quickly. All right, so just starting our weekly chart here on ES. You can see last week we made a run up into just shy of the consequent encroachment of this weekly SIBI right here. We've been bearish on the higher time frame, still looking for sell side under this low and down below here, and potentially if we do extend lower down into this old inefficiency down here. And so just following the bearish price action, right? We've traded up into a premium array, just shy of the opening price of this bearish order block, and just shy of the consequent encroachment. The fact that we didn't even reach to the consequent encroachment shows that price is more heavy-handed in reaching back to the downside. We did get another move up there this week, but we talked about last week, as long as we didn't see a daily closure above the prior week's high, then we'd be good to continue looking for lower prices down below. Okay, so now you can see we've traded up there, traded up into this wick as well, and now coming back off of that, we're back below that weekly SIBI. And now moving down onto, oh, one last thing on the weekly chart, we do have this old volume imbalance right here, which we had traded inside of right here. So just look out for that as a potential area of interest to trade down into. If you're looking at this on a larger time frame, if you are looking to for targets down toward this low and toward the sell side down here, this is another potential area you could use to take a partial position off. Okay. Daily chart. So here's that weekly SIBI, this gray area right here. And then this red area here is noting this daily SIBI between this candle's low and this candle's high right here, that separation. So only sell side was delivered here. And so here we're re-delivering the buy side, reaching up a bit past the consequent encroachment of it. But if you look at the midpoint here, all of the bodies are nicely respecting that, not seeing any closure above. And then on Tuesday, where we've made the high of the week so far, we just reached up into just shy of the midpoint of this wick from Thursday, October 12th. So reaching back up into there, a bit more of a retracement than we were initially looking for, as I talked about on Sunday's call, but still no closure above this high. So good to maintain that bearish bias. And then you can see on today's action, Wednesday, breaking back lower out of this sell side imbalance and running out the previous 3 days lows. So reaching down into sell side. And now we're back down into what we saw as the bullish order block initially, where we were responding right here. But since we're bearish on the higher time frame, we don't really want to view this as a bullish order block. Instead, this is just something we'd like to see as a speed bump, and we want to see price move quickly, relatively quickly through that. So not a whole lot of hanging up inside of this range. We're sort of just moving down through there and working our way quickly toward the sell side under these lows and down toward sell side liquidity here. So still maintaining the same idea, as long as we don't get closure above really now Tuesday's high, but especially this Thursday high as well. As long as we don't get closure above there, continuing to look for sell side down below. Okay, I will jump quickly into the hourly chart just because to note a couple things that pointed out on Sunday's call as well. So here, that's that daily SIBI traded back up into here on Monday and on Tuesday. Tuesday purging Monday's high and then dropping lower. And then here on Wednesday's action, trading lower, then using this as the bearish breaker right here, high, low, higher, high, trading down through there, and then utilizing it right here. If you take this lowest down close candle and take that across, notice the respect for the breaker right there as we trade lower down into the new week opening gap, which right here we had only seen buy side delivery, right? Here on Friday was the close, and then on Sunday, the opening price right here. And here we had buy side delivery back up through, but had yet to deliver on the sell side. So now as we continue into the rest of the week, just looking for the sell side of this new week opening gap to be delivered. So watch the midpoint of that. Take your fib from the closing price on Friday to the opening price on Sunday, work out the midpoint, and watch that as an important level, as well as the low end of that there. And then further targets below that are the remaining portion of this imbalance. So here, between this high and this low, you can see a buy side imbalance right there. This portion has already been redelivered, so I'm just marking out the remaining portion right here with this green box. You can see potential price delivery back down into this area. And then looking at the regular trading hours, you can see we had this gap opening as well, which had only been redelivered on the buy side. And so looking for sell side as well as we trade back down toward the sell side resting below these lows. That is it for me. Yes, Carson, any other notes here?
Nope, I'm good. I had posted my analysis last night. I think was waiting for something like today to happen. I think on one of the analysis I had. It was before we obviously had today's price action, and I think the biggest thing was had a high been formed yet, right? Were we actually going to hold the highs we had, or those relative equal highs? You can see we took out those relative equal highs now on that 1 hour and then came lower. So I do think that we do have kind of a high to play with now, which means price should redeliver lower going throughout the week. Other than that, I'm all good.
Yeah, same for me. I think that's a great thing to just touch on this week, though, is the fact that if you don't have clarity toward the beginning of the week, it's fine to wait for that Tuesday and Wednesday close to get a bit of a better idea of a potential weekly profile. And then that can give you a better idea where things may continue into the Thursday or Friday, just like we talk about on these weekly reviews. And if you wait for that in your own trading, you can find yourself with some higher probability setups going into Thursday's price action. So yeah, that's it for me. Trade safe the rest of the week, everyone. Continue to submit your training exercises. Exercise 10 we have this week. So get those in the forum, and we'll look forward to reviewing on Sunday.
Sounds good. I'm there. I will be there. Talk to you guys later.
Take care.